Let's dive into the first video from Jasko, a YouTuber and urban explorer known for documenting some of the most unsettling places across America. From abandoned prisons and asylums to eerie late-night van camping trips with his friend Chris, Jasko constantly pushes himself to the edge in search of the unknown. But among all his explorations, one place seems to stand out above the rest, a place he has returned to multiple times, only ever leaving before dawn: the Devil's Forest. This stretch of woodland is infamous for its dark past, strange deaths, and unexplained disappearances. On September 30th, 2025, Jasko and his best friend Chris set out to camp in the heart of the Devil's Forest. At first, nothing seemed particularly unsettling. The woods felt almost ordinary. But as night began to fall, the forest slowly closed in around them, and what started as an adventurous outing soon turned into a nerve-wracking night neither of them would forget. While out walking along a trail, Chris and Jasko suddenly heard something further down the path.
Who's down there? Okay, this is really strange. It's about to be midnight, and it sounds like there's someone down there. Hello?
Oh! What was that? You good?
Oh, shit.
I'm going.
I'm coming. Go.
Bro, I'm trying.
Oh!
What? Bro, what was that?
Just go. Take it easy.
I'm coming.
A loud scream echoed through the forest, sending them sprinting away in terror. But the night was far from over. When they finally made it back to the van, they found something deeply disturbing left on the windshield.
Is it Daniel with the white van? I don't think that's anything. It looks like an acorn.
What the fuck?
What?
Probably would have been my last guess. It's a pig.
Oh, piggy.
Causing a glitch.
Hello, piggy.
Just...
Oh, okay, he's very realistic.
He's got a hole.
Pretty big. Does it relate to the mask somehow? Like, I don't understand.
He's missing a leg. Unless this is...
It looks like he's...
Unless this is something else.
That's his leg.
But,
His third leg.
This gives me weird vibes.
It's just creepy.
Okay, we're in a cursed forest. One. Dude, you know what this reminds me of?
Jasko and Chris began to feel an unsettling vibe from the place, and decided it was best to head somewhere else. But just as they were figuring out where to go, something terrifying happened.
What was that?
What the fuck? That sounds like tapping on top of the van.
Frightened by whatever might be lurking ahead, they quickly sped off in search of another place to set up camp. Jasko and Chris had already been to this next location, and this place was no joke either. Just look at what happened during their last visit.
Chris!
That
was a gunshot.
That was
a gunshot.
A loud gunshot echoed through the forest, followed moments later by a chilling encounter.
Oh! Oh shit!
What is that? There's someone out there?
What the fuck? Yo,
What is that?
Yo, there's someone out there. There's someone out there.
There's actually someone out
Yo,
there.
what the fuck?
Hold on.
Hold on.
What the f?
Bro.
It's safe to say this is no place for most people. Still hoping for a quiet night's sleep, Jasko and Chris settled into bed. But it didn't take long before Jasko switched the camera back on.
I just woke up because I heard like a really loud knock on the back window. And it's very tinted. You cannot see inside of here. Especially when the lights are off. But I will say that I looked around, I couldn't see anything myself. But I just think it's like really, really strange. You know what I mean? So I'm just making sure there's no one out here.
But because Jasko couldn't see anyone outside, doesn't mean no one was out there.
Sounds like someone's walking outside.
Jasko tried looking, but nothing appeared to be outside. For nearly 20 minutes, silence filled the forest. Nothing moved outside their van until suddenly, it did.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, who's there? Who's there?
Where's my light?
Oh,
Are you good?
hey, who's there?
Bro, what's going on?
Chris, can you take this for a sec?
Yeah.
Terrified by the series of paranormal events, they quickly drove away from the forest, desperate to find a safer place to spend the rest of the night. Whether it was something paranormal or the work of real people is still unclear, but one thing is certain: whoever enters the Devil's Forest is out before dawn. Let's dive into the next terrifying van encounter, where what seemed like a safe spot quickly turned into a disturbing night. In this video, we'll be taking a look at Love Sundays, otherwise known as Sean. He runs a YouTube channel that's known for sharing incredible camping, snorkeling, and even surfing adventures. Traveling in his van, he takes viewers along as he explores breathtaking destinations around the UK. But in this particular video, things don't go quite as planned. Sean headed down to the Cornwall coast in the UK for a quick trip to surf and snorkel along the beautiful shoreline, just as he had done many times before. But what Sean didn't account for this time was an experience so disturbing it would haunt him for the rest of his van life journey. Before going to bed, Sean decided to step outside the van and check how well his curtains blocked out the light and visibility.
Okay, so I'm outside. It's pretty dark, as you can see. Really dark, actually. I'm just going to turn the lights on. Let's just see what we can see. So, if you ask me, that looks pretty dark. Okay, I need to get back in the van before people notice.
From the outside, the van looked pretty dark, safe even, but Sean may have lingered outside for just a little too long because what happened after he fell asleep would change his perspective on van camping forever. Sean locked the doors and climbed into bed, but it didn't take long before he powered up his camera once again, this time with something truly terrifying.
I just heard something outside.
Someone was outside Sean's van, knocking on the side and even trying the door handle. Shocked and frozen in fear, he stayed completely still, too terrified to make a sound. Within minutes, Sean found himself in a truly disturbing situation. Luckily for him, the intruder seemed to realize someone was inside and chose not to force their way in. But the chilling encounter left Sean shaken to his core.
They literally tried to get in the van. It wasn't just a knocking, they were trying the handle.
Scared that they might return, Sean cautiously stepped outside to check if anyone was still lurking nearby.
My heart was pounding then. I mean, they were either trying to move me on or trying to break into the van. Either way, not pleasant. I think that if I'd heard them coming in more, I've got a metal pole here. I could have just got out and not done anything. I'm not moving.
But after finding no trace of an intruder, he retreated back into his van, sat quietly on his bed, and reflected on the terrifying ordeal. The encounter had shaken him so badly that it destroyed any chance of sleep for the rest of the night, and likely many nights after. Still, Sean counted himself lucky that he hadn't been forced to use his pole for protection. What about you? What would you have done if you were in Sean's shoes? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's move on to the next video, where Lisa finds herself in one of the most uncomfortable situations possible for a female van camper. On February 14th, 2022, a woman named Lisa faced her most terrifying van life encounter yet. Known for her popular YouTube channel, Asleep 5 Decades, Lisa often shares her simple, nomadic lifestyle and love of life on the road. But the 57-year-old experienced camper was about to endure a night of terror when something truly unsettling appeared just outside her van. The video begins abruptly, plunging us straight into the chaos. Suddenly, Lisa turns on the camera to show something truly terrifying.
Somebody's back here again. I hear footprints. Hello? How can I help you? It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe. Who are you?
Woken from her sleep, she's still trying to make sense of everything happening around her.
So, it's now 4:57, but at 4:37, so like 20 minutes ago, I was in a dead sleep, and I was woken from a knock, like right where my head is, ironically. So I was like frozen. I looked at the time, and it was very strange to me, like who would be knocking on the van at 4:30 in the morning. So by the second knock, I believe it was second, could be the third knock, and they would knock 3 times every time. I just mustered, hello? And no answer. The person was on a bike, like a pedal bike, like a 10-speed bike, a mountain bike or something, and they were up the drive.
Shaken but awake, Lisa tries to explain the situation to the camera. However, she didn't realize that someone, or something, would return.
Hear that? Yeah, somebody was just here again 3 times now.
Footsteps approach outside her van, and it becomes clear that whoever it is may be trying to rob or scare her in the middle of the night.
But I'm not feeling so safe. Like, I'm just feeling like... I don't know.
Lisa stays up until morning, then steps outside to check for footprints, hoping it was just an animal. What she finds, however, is truly terrifying for any camper.
So I come out this morning and you can see footprints. Look at this one. This is mine. I'll show you. There's mine. See? Right here. Look. Somebody spilled 2 of my water bottles right there. These are like literally footprints. I never go there. If I collect my snow, I go right on this path and I cross over here, and that's my spot right there. But look, they were actually, there's some more. Look at that. They came here, they were standing here, as you can see. Look at the footprints though, look at that, that's massive. See that?
Massive footprints surround her van and campsite, proving that whatever was outside last night was no animal. It was a large person, trying to find a way inside. Whatever or whoever was outside, it was certainly not friendly. And just like Lisa's experience, the next video featuring Larry shows how disturbing van camping in the forest can be. You never know what might be lurking just outside your window or your vehicle, and it can be truly unsettling. This is Larry, better known on YouTube for his channel Work Less, Enjoy Life More. Through his videos, he takes his followers on incredible truck camping adventures and off-grid experiences across the American Southwest. But this time, Larry would encounter something that would haunt him for a very long time. On June 2nd, 2022, Larry was out camping in the Mogollon Rim region of Arizona, In his self-made camper van, Larry ventures deep into the forests of Arizona, a region renowned for its breathtaking landscapes, but also its infamous chilling tales of someone or something lurking in the woods. In the woods, it's just Larry and his 2 dogs exploring, and everything seems set for a cozy night of camping with his beloved companions. But as night falls, something disturbing begins to appear just outside Larry's van.
Oh yeah. I hear somebody walking outside. And they knocked.
Terrified of what might be lurking outside, Larry stays put, gripping his gun for safety.
Walking around the camper.
Every part of his body is tense and ready for a confrontation, yet he remains in place, hoping to avoid an encounter. Still, there's something about whoever or whatever is outside that feels completely wrong. A few minutes pass, and Larry can still hear them moving outside his van.
I can still hear them walking outside.
He remains silent, though every breath portrays his fear. And then it happens again. A knock, followed by the slow, chilling sound of something being dragged along the door. Possibly a stone, an axe, or even a gun.
One more knock. Just one knock.
Paralyzed with fear, Larry doesn't dare move a single muscle. Then, suddenly, the sounds stop. Terrified, he barely sleeps and finally rises around 7 a.m. But what greets him in the morning is a terrifying sight.
Okay, this chair was over here by the table last night when I went to bed, or last time I went outside.
Someone had moved his chair, placing it directly in front of the van, as if waiting to watch anyone who stepped outside. Realizing this is no longer a normal camping trip, Larry decides to leave, heading north. But barely half a mile from his original campsite, he spots a lone, basic tent. Then, almost immediately, he passes a truck, and inside sits a strange-looking man, staring directly at him.
I haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen another person in miles and miles. I haven't seen anybody. And what's the deal with the truck? The guy in the truck. There was a guy sitting in a truck on the side of the road. Like a dark colored Ford or something. I think it was a Ford.
A shiver runs down Larry's spine as he drives on, the sense of being watched refusing to fade. Even miles away, he can't shake the feeling that whatever was out there is still following him. Now, That's all for today, folks. Who or what do you think disturbed Larry's sleep that night? Drop your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Click the cards shown on screen for your next nightmare.